Back again with Taylor from the Gloucester Daily Times. We have a few news stories to share with us, right, Taylor?
I do, yeah. So some of the big news, I was able to speak with the mayor and Jim Destino these past couple of days, and Jim and I were able to kind of talk a little bit about what's been going on at his sub shop. They closed about a week and a half ago due to an employee's kind of exposure to COVID-19, and so Jim decided that he was going to close shop, do what he needed to do to ensure the safety of both his customers and his employees. And he said that they are looking to reopen next week. Now, the date of that is unsure at this moment, but Jim has actually been in quarantine for 14 days just as they're taking their precautionary measures. He gets out of quarantine on Saturday, and he said from there they're going to hit the ground running and try to figure out the best next steps to ensure they can start supplying their delicious sandwiches to the Cape Ann. So that's kind of the big news. I just got off a call with him, so pretty exciting stuff. He also kind of talked about what they're looking to do as we get towards the tentative reopening date and what that might look like. And so they actually have already created a reopening task force for the city of Gloucester and trying to figure out, once the governor makes his announcement, how can they be already prepared and already ready to make the necessary steps to reopen properly, efficiently, effectively for both small businesses, hospitals, restaurants, different places within the Cape Ann area. So those are the big things. They're still working on what that might look like and who might be a part of that team. But he said that he's just gotten off calls and that they're already starting to think about what does it look like to reopen the city, even if it does get pushed back, as we kind of seen from these past couple months, things keep getting pushed back. But he said we're taking the steps to make sure that we're ready when there is a declaration of reopening for the city of Gloucester and Massachusetts. So that's a conversation with Destino. But also, as you guys might be walking the streets of downtown Gloucester, right now might be a little bit vacant, but it's looking to get an upgrade this coming year. Mike Hale from the DPW just was given a loan authorization of $2.5 million for both paving, re-signage, repainting of parking spaces, and new parking kiosks. Now, this is a long time coming. Their parking meters that they currently have were actually hand-me-downs from Brookline, Massachusetts. And so there's been these big complaints about, they're fogging up in the winter, they're battery operated, so they freeze. So these new kiosks, similar to the ones that we see in Beverly, are actually pay by tag. So you're able to type in your license plate number, then you can kind of give the amount that you want to pay and say that you're out at a restaurant and you're really, pressed, you're having a great conversation, you don't want to go pay the meeting, but you're going to get a ticket. They're saying that you can actually pay by app now. So there's a lot of things that are in the works. Again, the timing of when this will all take place is kind of up in the air due to COVID-19 and trying to figure out, when's the best time to pay, when's the best time to replace these, when's the least busiest. We're kind of entering into what traditionally would be the busiest time in Gloucester, but at the same time as we're not in a normal Gloucester right now. So they're kind of looking at that. So that's what I have, kind of the updates that have been going on in the city.
Beautiful.
That's great. So are parking fees going up by any chance?
No words on that. That wasn't necessarily in the meeting that they had at City Council, nor in their budget and finance meeting they had a couple weeks back. So I'll have to look into that, though. I'd be curious to know how much it will cost for us to park in the city if it's changed. But yeah, I don't know.
Heather, do you feel like you personally funded some of these kiosks?
I do, actually, for it. I'm quite certain I did. I'm sure I paid for maybe 2 of them. One in the winter of 2015 and the other just last winter. Going to visit 1623 Studios on Pleasant Street.
Probably, yeah.
Yes. Wow. So I hope my name this is the Heather Atwood Memorial Kiosk.
Yeah.
Plaque.
Yeah. See what we can do.
Thank you. So great, Taylor. So what are you working on? Well, these stories are in process right now, right? Any other big news out of the Gloucester Times today that we should be thinking about?
So there'll be something new is going to be happening on Thursdays. It's going to be called Thank You Thursday, and it is run by Tom Lance of the Brass Monkey in Main Street. he has kind of decided that he wants to do a project or initiative that's twofold, where he's both able to support the people who are working within the hospitals, the healthcare providers, and the local businesses and restaurants that are really feeling the hit from the closure and the shutdown. And so he is rallying different restaurants and local businesses to do something every Thursday, and he's calling it Thank You on Thursday, where local business will sponsor the bringing of food from local restaurants to Addison Gilbert Hospital to support and just say thank you to the healthcare providers. So this Thursday today, he and some other people came and brought food at 11. He did it for every single person on shift. So they started at 11, and they're going to be bringing food. Then next Thursday, Bass Rocks Golf is going to be sponsoring as well, and they'll kind of collaborate with other restaurants and bring food to the hospitals. So that's something that's coming into the paper soon. Really exciting to see just the collaboration that's continuing to happen. Lance was talking about that he wants this to really be a community effort, and anyone who else is interested should definitely contact him as they collaborate and try to figure out how they can look at this for a long-term support for the local hospital employees. So that's kind of what I have working on. I know Sean Horgan and Mike Cronin are also working on some other stuff, but that's kind of what we've got in the mix for today.
Great. Well, that is a really happy story. I love ending with that happy story. So we will see you next week.
Sounds great. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.